Love and marriage relationship, that is the first industry, the first union God ever created in this world. This industry is so powerful, so inclusive, that every man, every woman born into this world, every normal man and normal woman that's born into this world definitely must be an employee to this industry. The kings, the queens, the white, the blacks, rich, poor, young, old, everybody, as long as you are normal on earth, you belong there. And knowledge about it before you go in is a success. But ignorance of the kingdom that every man is involved is death. Because your knowledge is your life. Your knowledge is your success. Your knowledge is your greatness. If you don't have knowledge about going into anything, you're going to fail. And that is the reason we have so many broken homes in our society. Prodigal sons, daughters, children everywhere out of broken homes. Divorcees, women, men, flooding every street you go because of ignorance of the kingdom of love and marriage relationship. We are so eager. We just want to go in there. Maybe that is what society is teaching us. But without knowledge, going in to crash. That is why this book was created. How to build a stimulating and everlasting love in relationships. When you know the truth, you'll be free. When you know the way, you can tread it at any time, in the night, in the noon, any time. But what you do not know is far older than you. So if you are going in to be successful and make it in this industry, you better go with knowledge. Prepare yourself to get in. Everybody's going to go in there anyway. But how do we go in? To succeed or to crash? It's a question you must ask yourself and answer it by yourself. So this book was created for this. Let me just give you the introduction into this book that you need about marriage and love relationships. He said, in 2012, I was in a courthouse marriage section in Columbus, Ohio, with a very good friend of mine who was to marry his beloved fiancée. At one end of the court was a crowd that attracted my attention. So I asked someone who worked there what was happening. He looked at me and said, "This is the divorce section." I was shocked. Only a few people were in the marriage section. And what seems like thousands of people waited for their turn at the divorce court. What is happening? Lord, I asked. And my aching heart prayed. Turning to my friend, I said, I hope you will not join the crowd in the divorce section someday, Tony. Tony said, by his grace, I will not. Introduction, the beginning of this book. So, in every kingdom, in every sphere of life, in every section, in everything you do, it is true that if you don't have knowledge, you are going in to fail. That is why the Bible said, my people are perished for lack of knowledge. It did not say for lack of fellowship there. It did not say for lack of not praying before you go in. It did not say for lack of not asking questions. It's for lack of knowledge. When you have knowledge, something becomes easy and simple for you. If you know where you are going, to get there is not a problem to you. If you know what you are doing, you can tread it at any time. And to do it is not a stress for you. So millions of people are going into love relationship, marriage relationship, without knowing anything about it. It's not all about sex. Sex should be the product of love. And marriage should be the product of love. And what is love? I can tell you, it depends on how it appears to you. But to some people, they think love is sex. No, it is not. To some people, they think love is just fellowship and discussing and talking and be there for somebody. No. Love can be defined as an endless kindness someone extend to the other without expecting anything back in return. Nothing. You just have to be kind. You feel that that person is like you, is you. So there's nothing you can limit from doing for yourself. You can't deprive yourself of anything that you can afford. And that is how you feel to that person. Whether you know the person or not, whether it's from your family or not, whether it's your friend or not, whether it's just that kindness that springs from the heart, that springs from your internal being. And you are doing that kindness selflessly, nothing in your heart to gain. And you are doing it without limitation, not saying that I will only do it today. You are ready at any time to offer that kindness, that hospitality, that peace, that joy of giving. And that is who God is. He said, for God so loved the world that he gave only his begotten Son, only himself. The only thing that he rests upon, the only thing he relies on, he said he gave it to the world he created because the world belongs to him. So love is like you are treating yourself. But in other words, you're treating somebody else. You don't want somebody to feel bad. You don't want him to suffer. So you give time, words, goodness, peace, joy, cash, anything that you give to that person because you see that person like yourself. And that is love. So love leads or graduates into marriage relationship. So if marriage crashes today, you ask yourself, how did they get there? Because they have to pass through love. Probably they came in all the way from friendship into loveship, into marriageship. But if marriage fails, ask yourself question. Where did they come from? But today, you hear people saying, I love this person and I can't do anything for this person. But the next day, you hear that that person used something and killed that person. Love is not that kind of dangerous person or dangerous being. It's not wicked, it's not evil, it's not malicious, it's not grave. It's peace, kindness, hospitality, joy, love is love. So if you do anything harmful, destructive, evil to someone else, and you say you love that person, we are confused about that. How? Can you explain? What has light to do with darkness? We need knowledge. And that is why this book is essential to everybody. We need it. Because knowledge is power. Power to succeed, power to create, power to build. Without that knowledge, any plan you have or anything you are doing it to fail. We'll be talking about this book. That is, we'll be talking about love, marriage relationship, all the fundamentals, the do's and the don'ts, the things we're supposed to know, the foundation, so that when you are building, you know you're building on a solid rock that will never fail, that will never crash, that will never sink, it will never break. That was how it was in the beginning with our great forefathers. But this generation, evil, they call it love. Lust, they call it love. Infatuation, they call it love. Anything, they call it love. But the love they call love is destructive, killing, and maiming. Is that love? No. We need knowledge. So one by one, day by day, going to dismantle the content of this book so that as you are going into the industry, you go in with you're well equipped to function and succeed. At the end of the day, you say, Lord, thank you for the knowledge. I am a success. So, brethren, thank you. We will continue tomorrow. God bless you all.